The Crypto Markets Update is presented by Grayscale, the world's largest digital currency asset manager.
So checking in on Bitcoin, the CoinDesk Bitcoin price XVX index is currently trading at 42,146. Bitcoin's trading pretty flat, but on the positive side, about 65 basis points up. The CoinDesk Ether price ETX index right now at 29.21, climbing toward 3,000 resistance and up about 73 basis points. And the new DFX CoinDesk's DeFi index trading right now at 549. DeFi taking a step back at about 2.5% for the day. Joining us now to discuss the crypto markets is Richard Johnson, founder and CEO of Texture Capital, a FINRA and SEC registered broker-dealer with an online marketplace for private investments placements. Welcome, Richard. So Bitcoin is eyeing the biggest monthly price decline of about 10%. It's going to be the biggest monthly loss since May. Is September just not a good month for Bitcoin? What's your outlook?
I don't know. I think I'm very much more glass is half full here. I think given all the news that we've had, it's remarkable that the crypto market and Bitcoin overall isn't off more than that. There's a couple of key narratives going on. It's the China crypto ban, which we just spoke about there. And that's huge. Back in the day, China used to be 50% of all Bitcoin volume, and now they cracked down on it, and the market barely bats an eyelid. And the other key thing going on, I think, is the regulation, particularly in the US, where there's rumors of 180 or something like investigations currently underway by the SEC. They're looking at the DeFi, the lend type products, and trying to figure out if maybe they're securities. There's 80 billion locked in DeFi, another 50 billion or so in some of the lend products. So that's a big chunk of the market that's possibly at risk of some kind of SEC action. And the fact that we're here floating around 42,000, I think, is a very positive sign.
Yeah, I think I would actually agree with that assessment. Do you think that the kind of red numbers that we've seen, or the red charts we've seen in the past few days, do you even think that is a reaction to China, or do you think that is more of a reaction to larger global pressures, that are also affecting the stock market?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, it's a volatile asset class that moves up and down quite a lot anyway. It's probably hard to pick out what was actually driving it. Was it the China news? Is it the regulation? Is it some of the hang-ups in Congress here with infrastructure bills and the market down? It could be a number of different things. I think on the China news, I think there's positives as well. We know that the hardware suppliers have stopped shipping to China. But I think on top of that, what's happening is I'm hearing numerous stories about the mining operations that are in China are looking to kind of get their rigs out of there and into the US. There's a lot of energy in the US. There's renewable energy, and there's some stranded gas assets which are increasingly coming online for Bitcoin mining. So when this transition happens, if the US starts taking over a larger percentage share of the mining, then that's going to be good overall for things like Bitcoin ETF. A lot of concerns around the ETF and approving these types of things was the global nature and who are these other actors participating on the network and so on. So, there's a positive side to this as well, for sure.
Are you anticipating what investors in Asia, such as China, South Korea, both countries are clamping down on crypto in their own ways? What will happen to these investors? Do you see them exiting the market, just freezing their holdings so far, or potentially moving into DeFi?
Yeah, they'll move to DEXs if they can. If China's not able to block those, I think they'll try to move. Some maybe will get out of it. Some may figure out how to get access to kind of other jurisdictions. But I think a lot of people will move to DEXs for their trading.
Mm-hmm. And are you looking at any preferred smart contract protocols? We just had Cardano on, but I'm curious about what you deal with. A lot of wealthy investors. Are they buying the dip, or has the spigot gone dry? Are they moving to smart contract protocols?
I think, certainly I think this is probably a decent buying opportunity down here. I don't see it, if it's holding up at 42 with all this negative news, I don't see it going below 40. Or certainly not back to those lows we saw earlier this year. I am a fan of the smart contract platforms. I like Polkadot and Avalanche. They're down, a little bit more than the market. I am a fan of the kind of the DeFi tokens as well, like Uniswap, Maker, Compound. They're also down a little bit more than the overall market. Speaking about the DeFi protocols, these have real use cases. Between them, I think they're generating $20 to $30 million in revenue per month. There's a lot of coins out there that, as we know, don't have any use cases. So in general, as a firm, we're very bullish on all the innovation in DeFi. We feel that there's a way to bring this into a regulated framework, and I think that's when the opportunity increases, even further for this type of technology. You've got, like I said, 80 billion locked in DeFi right now. There's $500-600 trillion of securities out there that can potentially be leveraging this type of technology.